Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. The Atlanta Braves taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. And this is the rubber match, Siggy.
And these games can really shape your season, Boog. You always want to come through when you have a chance to win a series. That'll boost confidence amongst the entire organization.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. So just about set now. And on the mound in this one, Shane Baz.
Well, a very solid ERA last season, just a little over 3. And when you've got a guy like that taking the mound for you, the offense is definitely expected to score 4 runs at least, unless they're really struggling. So more times than not, when he's on the bump, you're going to win the ball game if you just do your part as an offense. So last year, great year. He wants to repeat that or even improve. And I think there is some room for improvement. He's got good stuff. It's just executing from hitter to hitter.
Lau sends it to first. 1 up, 1 down. Here's Brian Snitker's lineup for the Braves. All right, Siggy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. 1 down, base is empty. On the ground. Slings to first. 2 away here in the top of the first.
Batting third, the designated hitter, Marcel.
2 outs, base is empty. Here comes Ozuna up to the plate. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. He made him pay for that one. Home run number 5 on the season. Just like that, they move in front. It's 1-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like it was going to bend foul. Was able to keep it in there, tucked it nicely, and he gets the jog around the bases. Good for him.
Here's Matt Olson. This one smoked on its way out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. His second of the year, and they add to their lead. It's 2-0. He put a charge into that one.
That was a lightning swing right there, no doubt about it. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
So 2 away with nobody on. Here comes Austin Riley. And now 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Shoots a line drive single into right center.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Here's Sean Murphy. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. Brian De La Cruz next up for the Braves. Late on that fastball.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
Swing and a ball driven out to center. That one's got a chance. Bangs off the wall. 1 run is in. Murphy around third. The relay.
Everything came together for him. Put a really beautiful swing on that pitch right there. Just didn't quite have the combination of launch angle and exit velocity to drive it over the wall. But when you can beat a center fielder like that, you know you hit it well.
So runner at second, 2 down. Now it's the right fielder, Jared Kellner. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page. And
now that's strike 3 and the third out. So we take a break. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 4-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. And we're back. And starting this one, Chris Sale. And he comes in off a really nice season on the hill, Chris.
An ERA in the low 2s last year. So consistent, so dependable. Talk about a skipper who's got a guy like that that's going to go out there and not just keep them in the ball game, but really give them an opportunity to win a ball game, even if it's a low-scoring day for the offense. That's who he was last season. And if he's even close to that this year, I think they'll be really happy with his performance.
And there's a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Batting second, the shortstop, Taylor.
And now Taylor Walls. Sale delivers. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. And that one is going to go. And they cut into the deficit. It's 4-2.
That's exactly what this crowd wanted to see in this spot. He blasted that pitch. Elevated fastballs, especially away, are like putting the ball on a tee. Hitters do a lot of cage work. They're comfortable hitting off the tees, and he was comfortable right there hitting that ball opposite field for a home run.
Yandy Diaz now. Sale ready. Fastball for a strike.
Can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Line drive. Makes the catch, 1 down.
Batting
now a look at Kevin Cash's lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustment. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
That's down and in.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Just misses the mark outside the zone.
You got a full count.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Out to short. Throw on to Olsen. So they get the out after a long battle at the plate.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Junior.
2 down, base is empty. And stepping in for the Rays, Junior Caminero. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And it falls. And that keeps the inning alive. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
No, he didn't get much of that one, but it's going to look like a line drive in the box score tomorrow. Kind of just punched it out there the other way. Didn't hit it real hard, but he got just enough of it to dunk it behind the infield. And I tell you what, you'll take those every day you can get them.
So 2 down, Jonathan Aranda next to hit for the Rays. Swing and a miss. Now he's in a 1-2 hole.
1 and 2's the count.
And that's downstairs and outside.
2-2.
That one the other way. And foul ball. Lifted in the air down the left side, and it drops in. The throw in. It's off the mark, and he scores. And they trail by 1.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff for the base hit.
Runner at first with 2 away. Now up for Tampa Bay, Danny Jansen. Out to short. They take the force out. That is the inning. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We go on to inning number 2. It's the Braves 4 and the Rays 3. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the second. And now Orlando Arcia. Now a fly ball to right center. Meisner on the move. And there's 1 away.
Now batting, the center fielder, Michael.
So the batting order turns over. Michael Harris the second. Next up for the Braves. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
1-2.
That misses.
2-2.
Now 2-2. This one popped up. Caballero makes the catch for the out. And there's 2 away.
A little drop and drive on that swing. Backside collapsing just a little bit, trying to put the ball in the air.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. 2 out, space is empty. And that's downstairs. And it's 2-1. Pop foul out of play off to the right. That misses. Full count now.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Two outs. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Down in order go the Braves, but they hold on to a 4-3 lead. Bottom of the second, and now it's going to be Cameron Meisner. Meisner turning some heads with this recent stretch of impressive play. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Murphy makes the play, and there's 1 down.
Batting ninth, the second baseman, Brandon Lowe.
And now it's Brandon Lowe. 1 down, base is empty. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge, just changing planes, and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Ground ball up the middle, and he can't come up with it. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this.
Now batting, right fielder,
Jose Caballero next to hit for the Rays. Sale winds and deals. Outside low, and it's 2-1. Lowe, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. On the ground, could be 2. Feed to second, that's 1. Back to first, double play. Nice job getting over, and that ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We played 2 full. It's the Braves 4 and the Rays 3. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
Marcell Ozuna.
Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase.
I'll tell you what, He's embarrassed right now. Never swings at that kind of pitch, especially that early in the count.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Oh, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
And now Matt Olson up to hit. And that's down and away. Clobbered to right field, way back, gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add to the lead. It's 5-3.
Now he's just showing off out there, and who can blame him with a swing like that? Give that man a bat, watch it go a long way.
Chris, that ball came out hot. So let's see what StatCast has to say.
Yeah, it really did, Boog. 111 miles per hour off the bat, and a really nice launch angle as well. Just a beautiful swing from start to finish.
So here's Riley now. Breaking ball misses down and away. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Swing and a ball drilled center field. Meisner in position. Puts it away for the out. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count is 1-2.
1-2 is the count.
Swing and a miss. And he struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now a 5-3 ball game. Back after this on the show. Bottom of the inning, and stepping in for the Rays, Taylor Walls.
Taylor Walls.
That's towards center. Harris makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
Now batting, first baseman,
Yandy Diaz. Next to hit for the Rays. 1 down, base is empty.
Ball.
On a line, base hit.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots, or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
Man at first with 1 gone. So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Christopher Morel.
That's
off the mark. It's 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Diaz stands at first with 1 out. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Junior Caminero will hit next. Just missed.
That's the ball.
Ripped on the ground to second. They get the force. 3rd out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. 3 innings complete. It's the Braves 5 and the Rays 3. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been struggling.
De La Cruz.
on and miss, struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
1 down, base is empty.
Ball.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
To the right side, and a foul ball. And that one is lifted in the air. Caballero hauls it in for the out.
The batter, the shortstop.
Here's Orlando Arcia. That's out to center field. Meisner coming on. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. And we're back. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Jonathan Aranda. Swing and a slow roller. The throw to first, and a quick out, number 1.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And Sale deals. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. He's got it, and that quickly 2 away.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's rolling around out there.
Now up for Tampa Bay, Cameron Meisner. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Next offering is fouled back.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
Inside, 3-2 now.
Full count.
That's a walk. Went with another changeup but missed the spot.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI.
Runner takes off. The 1-1 is fouled off. Meisner leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Chopped out in front of the plate. Tosses to first. That's the 3rd out. Inning over. The Rays strand just the 1. They're still down 5-3. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Edwin Uceta.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. And he swings through that one.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's got good
1 ball, 2
numbers
strikes.
swinging at pitches in that location.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Not sure if too many people have been paying attention to it quite yet, Singy, but that extends his hit streak to 11 now.
Well, I know he knows about it, even if a lot of our viewers don't. And this is when it's clear it's no fluke. 11 games in a row. Man, that's when even the hitting coach starts to leave you alone. You're going so good that nobody wants to mess it up.
Nobody out. Runner at first. And it remains 2-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Ground ball right side. It squirts through. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
That's a good job right
Now
there.
the
You got 2
designated
strikes
hitter.
on you, just got to battle.
Ozuna.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. Here's the pitch to Ozuna. Double steal. And that is out of play. Got him swinging. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of his zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Matt Olson up to the plate. And it is
Nope,
2-1.
That's a ball.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
2 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Now batting.
Here's Austin Riley.
Well, the way these two teams have battled in this game, you know you need more. Got to continue to add runs if you're going to get out of here with a win.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. So they strand a pair. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Braves 5 and the Rays 3. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the Rays leadoff hitter, Jose Caballero.
Caballero.
Late swing fouled off.
On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Got him. And 1 gone.
Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider. Tried to sit in between. Just not able to put the bat on the ball.
Now it's going to be Taylor Walls. That's in there, and that's strike 2. 1 out, base is empty. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Tasked with 1, 2, and 3 to start this inning, but no
baseman,
trouble so
number 2,
far. I'm sure he'd love to
Yandy.
strike out the side here. Make a little statement, but you got to be composed in this spot. Focus on getting this next guy. You got 2 good outs. Want to get the 3rd one and avoid the middle of that lineup coming up with a base runner. Could become dangerous.
Next one
That's a
misses. The count now 2-2. Riley tosses to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing for Tampa. Still a 2-run deficit. It's 5-3. We're back, and they make a change to start
Number
the 6th.
59.
The new pitcher, Mason Englert, getting ready to make his season debut. So here's Murphy now. Hard ground ball, base knock. And the leadoff man aboard. Now in for the Braves, Brian De La Cruz. That's inside.
You know, these Braves, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. Just look at how the ball's coming off their bats, and tell me it's fun playing defense at this level. They've got 7 hits at 90+ miles per hour exit velocity, so you got to look alive out there.
That one fouled off. On the ground, 2 ball. 1 at second to Diaz. That's 2.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Here's Jared Kelenic. That misses the zone, and that's ball 2.
Well, no base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard, because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me.
Laser could be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's in there standing up with a 2-out double. Relay to second.
A little more backspin on that instead of the top spin. And he's jogging around the bases rather than pulling up at second.
Orlando Arcia next up for the Braves. Ball to strike. The pitch. Hit weakly on the ground. Fires to first on the run. Nicely done for the out. So it's no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Braves 5 and the Rays 3. Well, we go bottom 6. Now here's the Tampa Bay cleanup hitter, Christopher Morel.
Well, you got to give him credit out there on the mound. This outing started off a little shaky, but he's found a way to settle in and turn this into a pretty good start. Kind of shows you a lot about his mental makeup as a pitcher.
2-2.
And now 2-2. See ya! Strikes him out for the 2nd time today.
Just couldn't catch up on the low 90s fastball right there, and that's a result of a good job of changing speeds. Off-speed pitch on the one before, then sped him up. Pitchers that don't throw real hard have to rely on location and mixing up the speeds. That wasn't the best location with the fastball, but clearly that wasn't the pitch he was looking for at the plate either.
1 down, base is empty. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. High in the air, out to right. They got it for out number 2.
Man, he's close as he's trying to get through 6 full innings right now. He's about to throw his 100th pitch. I'd be surprised if this isn't it for him.
And stepping in for the Rays, Jonathan Aranda. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. It was bumpy in the early going for the lefty, but he settled into a really nice groove. Swing and a liner, base hit out into right center field, and that keeps the inning going.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Off the bat, it was headed for the gap all the way, and as a hitter, you love seeing those as you take your first couple of steps out of the box. You know you've got some real estate to run on, and such a good feeling. Nice liner into the gap right there.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air, and that'll get down for a hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. You know what they say, he couldn't have thrown it out there any better than that, and certainly the case that time. Just flared it back behind the second baseman and dropped it in there.
He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
I think the key is arm action on the changeup. When you can sell it like a fastball, you drop the velocity, you get the swing and miss, and you walk off the field.
And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Michael Harris II. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
1 and 2 is the count.
One and 2 now. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Over to Diaz. That's the first out in the top of the 7th.
The batter number 1.
And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Marcell Ozuna coming up to hit. He had a big swing for these guys way back in the 1st inning.
Yeah, Boog, he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here.
The 1-1. And a big swing and a miss.
Well, you know this guy wants a pitch up, something that he can hit hard and drive over the wall. But you've got to set your sights down a little bit. You can't lose your discipline and go after a pitch that you just can't do anything with.
That misses the zone. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grounder might be 2. Off balance feed. There's 1 to Diaz. That's 2. 1 hit in the inning, but nothing more than that. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Braves 5 and the Rays 3. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
The second baseman, Brandon. Wow.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. That does it for Chris Sale as the lefty makes way. Just never found his groove, wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on, back in a moment. Aaron Bummer on to pitch here. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters. Fly ball down the line, and that's a foul ball. Bummer deals, and it's fouled off. They'll do it again. And a 1-2 again. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Murphy fires to first. Got him. 1 away on the strikeout. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. I mean, you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Jose Caballero next to hit for the Rays. Foul ball there. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Harris makes the catch. Out number 2.
The batter number 6.
Down the number 2 hitter, Taylor Walls. That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
The first baseman, number 2, Yandy
Diaz next to hit for the Rays. Runner on the go. Cut out and miss. throws it away. And that's a stolen base, not even close. With the tying run at the plate, here the bottom of the 7th. On the ground to the left. And foul ball. Bummer. He's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results. Oh, now this ball's going to get through, and that's a base hit. Play at the plate. Not in time. He's safe. Back within 1. It's 5-4.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Christopher Morel. Line drive, that's a base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Well, that was an important at bat in this game, so great job there stepping up to the challenge. Good extension on that swing. Took the pitch on the outside part of the plate and drove it up the middle. He let it travel just enough. Really important at bat coming up now.
Headed down the line. And that's a foul ball.
Now, as a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just...
Well, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Kevin Kelly. Here's Matt Olson now. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those 2 he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
Here's the pitch to Olson. Got him. And there's one down.
Up next for Atlanta,
Austin Riley at the plate. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And he strikes out the side here in the 8th. Braves are set down 1-2-3. They lead at 5-4. And we're back. Here's the third baseman, Jonathan Aranda. That one down the line, and it goes just foul.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from.
And there's one away. Danny Jansen to hit here.
The catcher.
Looking to get the tying run on base. It's in and out of his glove. Still manages a throw, and it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out.
No doubles defense right now, and the positioning was perfect on that play, and that's what you do it for, just in case. And they prevented an extra base hit.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. So they bring on their closer in the 8th, Raisel Iglesias.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Rays held in check here. Still down a run. It's 5-4. We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Garrett Clevenger. This is his 5th appearance of the year. Now in for the Braves, Brian De La Cruz.
Garrett Clevenger.
And a swing and a miss. Bullpen movement for the Rays. Alex Faedo warming up for manager Kevin Cash. Rodriguez getting loose as well. And that one popped to short. Makes the grab, one away. At the plate, Jared Kelenic.
Now batting, right fielder, Jared Kelenic.
That's off the inside corner. 2-1.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul. He goes down looking. Two outs, base is empty. And next for Atlanta, Orlando Arcia. One-run game here in the top of the ninth.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the ninth, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
That one ripped. That's back there. Out of here. A solo shot. His second homer of this series, and they tack on to their lead. It's 6-4. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
Now the leadoff spot for the Braves, Michael Harris II. Softly hit to third. Throws to first in time. And that is that. Braves get one on the big fly. It's now a 6-4 ball game. You're dialed into the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. So bottom of the ninth. Now it's the second baseman, Brandon Lau. And that misses. 2 balls and a strike.
Hey, look, we'll see how it factors in. I just can't emphasize how much that insurance run in the top of the ninth means. I mean, just such a big difference mentally when you're chasing 2 runs instead of 1.
The 2-2. And he grounds one to the right side. Oh, what a stop. To his knee, the throw, and they get the out.
Well, he looks so comfortable making that play, dives, comes up with it, and then from one knee, like he's just playing catch with his kid. Nice throw across the diamond at first.
He's 2 outs away. Now up for Tampa Bay, Jose Caballero. And they're down to their last out.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
And now here is Taylor Walls. Late on that fastball.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Sends it to center, and that's going to do it. He's got it. Ball game. And the Braves win the rubber match of this 3-game series.
Well, the goal when you go on the road is to at least play 500 ball. Well, they've been winning series. They win this one here. And you got yourself a little bit of breathing room, but you want to keep the same mindset. Let's go into the next place, and let's take that series again.
And this one ends with a final score of 6-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.